kettlebells in the living room.
Yeah. Like, you don't see that, though.
You don't see that.
Good. Been good. Who's here today?
Everygotdamdre. Today I'm in the gym with Adriell Mays, aka Dre, who's also known for his kettlebell strength workouts. We each got to try the other's go-to training style, and here were my takeaways. First and foremost, training with Dre was a lot of fun. Seeing someone who spent a large portion of his life playing sport at a very high level, then taking that work ethic he built and applying it to training principles that everyone can grab a hold of really resonated with me in my journey. When he put me through his workout, the warm-up felt familiar to what I do with functional bodybuilding. We ramped up the brain and moved from slow to fast, light to heavy. Every part of this prep was designed to get ourselves present and engaged for the heavier lifts that were about to come, all while adding in quality training volume. Dre also has a similar approach in balancing big absolute strength lifts with strength balance work for longevity. You have to dedicate some time in training simply to moving well, not maxing out on percentages. There was also a great balance of bilateral and unilateral training, bilateral for stability and overloading, and unilateral for prep work and balancing out the body. And here are a few places where Dre and I were different. In my workout with him, we rested a bit more by feel than by timed rest intervals between sets. What this allows for is a more casual feeling to training and can be a good mental break for some people. Sometimes we're able to push more weights in our weight training if we rest longer, and in some cases, we're inhibited by shorter rest times with how much we can lift. Also, conditioning work is definitely a staple in my training, but Dre lives in the heart of a city and does a lot of transportation by foot. He gets a lot of steps in this way, and while he does do some intervals in his training, most of his training time is dedicated to lifting without as much of a conditioning work focus like I do with functional bodybuilding. Now, on the second day that we trained together, I got to put him through some functional bodybuilding sessions. True story was that a number of years ago, when Dre was working at Equinox, he actually had done an aerobic bodybuilding program from me that one of his friends had gotten and purchased online. So he was a little bit familiar with what we do with functional bodybuilding. We jumped right into our strength training and we were doing cyclist squats, which wasn't a super familiar position for him. Dre loves to perform some of his lower body work with his heels up off the ground as a way to build up his foot strength. But the cyclist position is a little bit different in that it emphasizes more of a torso position and the quads in the squat and is not as much about building foot strength. He commented that he really liked using the timed intervals that we use in our strength training approaches, like every 2 minutes on the 2 minute or every minute on the minute for lifting. It brought a level of conditioning to the training that he appreciated. I'd also add that these formats can help you stay on schedule if you have a limited time to train, instead of waiting until you feel ready to go with your weights. When we did finish with a more traditional functional bodybuilding conditioning segment, Dre hung in there very well. With his training background, he was more than equipped for the volume of work that we had. And more importantly, his kettlebell training and the conditioning complexes that he does more than prepared him for the aerobic work in this cardio-based finisher. I think what this goes to show is that there are many ways to condition effectively, so you don't have to limit yourself to the things that you dread every single time. Explore some kettlebell complexes, functional bodybuilding formats, or other ways to move that you'll look forward to every single time. All in all, it is always a great experience to train with other coaches. Even if we use different disciplines, the core features that we do are more similar than different. It is a testament to what works and what is just gimmicky. We both can lift moderate to heavy weights. We both can handle ourselves aerobically. We can both express power and move weight and our bodies fast. All of these traits cannot only be attributed to our athletic history. They are maintained and expanded upon with our training approaches. This approach allows you to be a well-rounded athlete. It gives you the freedom to explore lots of different types of movement and feel good while you do it. Oh yeah, and one last thing, and don't forget, it also helps you look good too. Thanks for watching today. I hope you picked up a couple of good informational nuggets, and I'll see you next time.